Recordings haven't gone up yet. I think I said the other day, my laptop's away being repaired. So they'll hopefully be with us on Monday or Tuesday. Right, come down onto your backs. Lie all the way down, feet together, and then take your knees out wide and stretch your arms out to the side. So feel the space around you. Drop your shoulders into the mat. So just make sure you're not holding the shoulders up towards the ears, but really sink the shoulders down into space. And I want you to feel like you can really relax through the hips and the lower back. So try not to hold the knees off the ground, but instead let the inner thighs relax, the inner thighs lengthen. And then with the arms out to the side, you've got loads of space across the chest. So take some big, deep breaths. Allowing movement in the rib cage. Allowing expansion. And also movement down into the belly. Just try and find a rhythm with the breath. Just your own rhythm, doesn't have to match anyone else's. Notice how the chest rises as you breathe in. Notice that feeling of letting go as you breathe out. Take a few more there, inhale. All the way out on an exhale. And now I've been here a couple of moments, you might start to notice areas that are feeling a bit tense. Not so easy to let go. Maybe as you move through the practice today, there's parts of the body that you have to be cautious around. Or maybe you have to not push so hard in some areas, back off a little, or take the easier option. So just notice how you feel this morning, and that might be very different to the other times you've practiced this week. So don't force anything. You're here, we've got the whole hour, so just do your best to be present, to be mindful. Making those breaths a bit bigger, in and out through the nose. As you do so, reach your hands down to the outside of the thighs, bring your knees into the chest, hug your knees in, bring them nice and close. And then instead of just pulling them directly into the chest, take them slightly out to the side. Kick the feet up towards the ceiling, reach for the ankles or the feet, happy baby. So you're pulling the feet down, you're pulling the thighs to the ground. At the same time, lengthening the tailbone. Rock a little side to side. Try not to lift too much through the shoulders, through the chest. I know it's hard, but keep the head weighted back. Let all the stretch and the space come around the lower back and the hips. One more inhale. Exhale, hug your knees into the chest, cross them in, rock all the way up to a seated position. Place the hands onto the knees, sit really tall, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then squeeze the shoulders back and down. Go once more, draw them up towards the ears, and then pull them back and down. Keep that tall seat. Reach the arms towards the sky on an inhale breath. On an exhale, take a twist to the right side, so your left hand comes over to the right knee, right fingers behind you. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up to the ceiling. And then exhale, try and twist more. Gaze over that back shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, rise back to center, reach the arms up, lift. Exhale, take a twist over to the left side, right hand, left knee. So inhale, think height. Exhale, twist. Inhale, height. Exhale, twist. One more, make it your biggest breath in and your longest breath out. Inhale back to center, reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, take your hands back behind you so the fingers face to the top of the mat. Release the feet, push your feet down, pull the waist in and lift your hips up to the sky. So we open across the chest, squeeze your glutes so your hips don't drop down low. I want your hips to be in line with your chest and with your knees. Take another in-breath. Exhale breath, bring the hips back between the hands, cross the legs, and bring your hands forwards to the mat. So we find all fours. Draw the waist in here, so find that lock around the center of the body. Zip a corset of strength in, so pull in all the way around the waist, and then inhale, look forward, send your tailbone back, chest between the biceps. Exhale, chin comes into the chest, round through the spine, so touch your chin to the chest. Inhale forwards, open through the front of the body, extend, strengthen through the back. Exhale, waist in, round out. So each time that movement gets bigger, inhale forwards. Exhale, round. Kind of massaging through the discs in the spine. Inhale forwards. Exhale, round. And it's that pressure, that distraction that makes them more resilient and stronger. So take 2 more, go forwards. Exhale, round. Inhale forwards. And exhale, round. Then you're going to hold this rounded position, so keeping the chin into chest. And then big rotation. So now we work all the way round the spinal column, not just forwards and backwards. So arch through the back, like you're rounding through a barrel. So big rotations through the spine. Let the elbows bend. So now the spine, the spinal column and the discs become resilient to movement in all directions. Trying to avoid situations where we might reach for something and our back goes or strains. Hold your next rotation at the top and then change direction. Big stretch all the way around. You can bring your neck into play as well, so don't be worried or hesitant about moving through the neck. Back to center. Toes tuck, waist in. Lift your hips back up to the sky. Stretch into that downward facing dog position. Pushing into your hands. Pulling in through the waist. So try and find like this vacuum in through the waist. So you're pulling the abdominals in. Try and think about bringing the navel to the spine and then pulling the belly button up towards the rib cage. So kind of pull inwards and upwards. This vacuum of strength and support. Now pedal through the feet. If you haven't, just open through the soles of the feet, the ankles, the calves. Inhale, bring your body forwards to a plank position. Hold that plank position nice and strong. Just rock onto the outside edge of the left foot, inside edge of the right foot, and reach your right arm up to the sky. So we come into a side plank. Already turning on the support and the strength through the left side of the body. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down, switch it all the way over to the other side. So toes point to the left, heels to the right. Reach your left arm up. Lift that right side waist. So strong through that right side. 1 more breath. Left hand down, hips back to the sky, downward facing. Push deeper into the hands. So you feel secure through the hands, through the grip. If you don't feel secure, spread your fingers wider. Create more surface area, more area to push and support yourself from. Look to the hands, step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Rest your back knee down. You can keep the toes tucked even though you're resting the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Lift and lengthen through that left thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out, move a little bit deeper into that left hip. So inhale, you might rise slightly, and then exhale, you push that left hip forwards. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Lift your back knee off the floor. Turn your left toes out to the side, push into the feet, rise open, warrior two. So front knee is bent, left leg is straight, arms out wide. Squeeze that left glute on so you're supporting the hips and the pelvis, and then try and pull your waist in a little and see if you can lengthen through the sides. One more breath. Straighten your right leg, turn the right toes in. So we have a wide stance. Reach your arms up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, take the hands all the way down to the floor. Stretch out through the backs of the legs. Relax the weight of the body forwards. Bend the knees, soften if that helps. Heavy through the shoulders, the upper body, the head and the neck. Maybe hold opposite elbows and just sway from side to side. So let the momentum and the weight of the body help you open around the lower back. Then your hands can come to the floor. Walk your hands round to the inside of the right foot. Turn and rest the left knee to the floor again. This time, keep the left knee there. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Push your left hand down and lift your right fingertips up. Just notice if you're resting the left shoulder on the left ear. So I want you to make some space between the left earlobe and the top of the shoulder so we don't squash around the side of the neck. One more breath in. Breath out, take your right hand back down. Step into a plank position and just hold that plank for a moment. So draw the waist in. Bring your shoulders a little further over the wrists so you find a little bit more work through the upper body. Rest your knees, bend the elbows, take it all the way down. Inhale, hands off the floor, point the toes, lift the chest. Exhale, take it back down, hands to the floor, toes tucked, downward facing dog. Hips up to the sky, stretch it back. See if there's any difference in the sensation around the hips. Does the left side of the waist feel a little bit longer? Now we've opened that side. Just start to notice. Start to appreciate how much you get from the practice, how much of a difference you can create just with a little bit of intention and focus. Look to the top of the mat. Step your left foot forwards. Rest your back knee down, toes stay tucked. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Lift through the chest. So on the inhale, there's a slight rise. That gives you space so that when you exhale, you can move further forwards into that right hip. Inhale, rise. Exhale. 2 more breaths in and out. Breath in and out. Bring your hands all the way down to the floor. Straighten the back leg. Turn your right toes out to the side. Push into the feet. Windmill the arms out wide, warrior two. Whilst you're there, just check you're not sticking the hips back behind you. So tuck your tailbone slightly. You'll feel the glutes working and you'll feel a bit more stretch through the inner thighs. Straighten your left leg. Turn the left toes in now so you're facing the right side of the room. Hands to the hips this time. Take a big inhale. And an exhale, fold the body all the way forward so the legs stay wide and straight. Body comes down. This time, take the hands around the backs of the ankles. Soften the knees a little and pull yourself into that forward fold. So use the grip. Use your wrists, biceps, shoulders, waist in. Try and move the belly towards the thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out, take it deeper. Breathe in and out. Hands come down to the floor. Walk your hands round now to the left foot. Turn and rest your right knee again. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. So stretch those left fingertips up. And then here you want to make sure you're not resting that right shoulder on the ear. and you're not jamming up around the side of the neck. You want to create space around the neck and the shoulders as we move forwards into that right hip. Reaching up, inhale. One more exhale, and then let that left hand come down. Step back to a plank position. Hold that plank position a little bit longer and a little bit stronger. So bring your shoulders forwards, zip the waist in. Don't hang back so much into the heels. See if you can start to bring yourself forward so you're more on the tiptoes. And I don't just mean the ball of the feet, I mean really onto the tips of your toes. And then rest the knees. Take the chest all the way down. Hands off the floor, toes point. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands down. Knees bend, toes tuck, downward facing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Think about the position of your spine and ask yourself, if you're dropping into the front of the shoulders and the chest and you're arching in the back, I want you to reverse that and almost push into the back of the shoulders. Pull in through that support, through the core, through the front of the tummy. Protect the lower back. Keep the hands where they are, both hands evenly pushing down. Take a big inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. Hold it here, so all you're concentrating on is kicking that right leg high and at the same time pushing your left heel down. So both heels reaching away, the left one into the floor, the right one up to the sky. Take one more breath and then pull that right knee into the chest, step your right foot forwards, this time coming up into a high lunge. So reach your arms all the way up and then exhale, move into that left thigh. Same with the breath as we did before. So inhale, slight lift, and then exhale, you can move forwards into the left thigh. Inhale, slight lift, exhale, and then you don't find yourself just dropping the weight. There's a bit more activity. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Exhale, right arm forwards, left arm back, warrior two. So turn your left toes out, bend into that right thigh. Make sure your left glute is on and supporting. Straighten your right leg. Shuffle your back foot in once or twice. So just bring that back foot forwards. Reach your right arm away from you. So you're lengthening that right side of the waist. Hand towards the shin, left arm up to the sky. And then where your hand is on the shin, lift it a couple of inches. So it's a bit higher up the shin. Give yourself some more space there underneath the right side of the body. Lift that top left shoulder back. So try not to let your left shoulder fall forwards. Almost imagine you're leaning on a wall behind you. Those left fingertips are directly up to the ceiling, so not any further back and not coming forwards. Keep the legs straight and strong, but lift the body all the way up. Reach the arms to the sky. Turn your right toes in, this time left toes out. Warrior two to the back of the room. Arms are open. Extending, so your right fingertips are reaching back and your left fingertips are stretching forwards. Flip your left palm. Keep your left thigh low. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. Big stretch through that left side body. And then exhale, take both hands down to the ground. All the way down, you can place your right knee to the floor. So you're looking to the back of the room. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, lift. Exhale, hands into prayer, twist over that left thigh. Right elbow outside the left thigh. Push into the right elbow. Use that to spiral the chest open. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. I want you to make sure the twist isn't just through the shoulders, but you're drawing the belly button in and feeling that twist all the way down through the center of the body. Look to the floor, take both hands down, step back into downward facing dog. So all the way back, hips up to the sky, heels down to the floor. Inhale, rise onto your tiptoes. Exhale, stretch the heels away. Inhale, rise onto your tiptoes. Exhale, stretch the heels away. One more time. Exhale with the breath, really lengthen. And then stay where you are, pushing into the hands. Reach your left leg up to the ceiling. Now try your best to keep the right heel grounded. As you do that, you're going to get a really deep opening into the right calf. Take an inhale breath. And exhale. Bring that left knee into the chest. Step your left foot towards the top of the mat. Rise up so you've got a high lunge. Take your time. Find your balance. Make sure you're not holding the breath. Use your inhale to lift. And your exhale is going to help you drive that right hip forwards. So that's where the stretch comes in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, move it forwards. Inhale. Exhale. One last time, breathe in. And breathe out. Take your left arm forwards, right arm back, warrior two. So adjust your feet as you need to. They don't have to be in the perfect spot when you first get there, so you can move them. Straighten your left leg. Shuffle the right foot in once or twice. Hinge at the left hip, so reach that left arm away from you. And then when you find there's a place where you can't go any further, take your left hand down and reach your right arm up. Now lift out of that slightly. So bring the left hand a bit higher up the shin. Lean back through the right shoulder. So actually by not going as far, there's a bit more to be gained. You can find more length through the left side of the waist. More extension through the spine. Sometimes when we reach all the way down, we end up compromising. So pulling ourselves back a little, finding more benefit. Rise all the way up. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then bend back into your left knee. Flip the left palm. Inhale, open through the left side of the waist, reach back. And exhale back to warrior two. Straighten both legs, reach the arms up to the sky. Bend into your right knee, right toes point forwards, warrior two. So sit low into that right thigh. Flip the right palm, reach the right arm up to the sky, open the right side of the body, keep that right thigh low. And then take your hands all the way down to the floor. Rest your left knee down to the ground. Inhale as you reach up, you're opening again through the left hip. So find that stretch through the left thigh. Hands into prayer. Take your left elbow outside of the right thigh. Drive down into your elbow, lift the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out one. Breathe in. Breathe out two, and try and find that twist all the way down through the center of the body. So remember, not just the shoulders, but feel it right down through the waist. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. Look down to the floor, take both hands down, step back into downward facing dog. Pushing the heels away, lifting inwards and upwards through the waist, relaxing the head. So try and have your ears in line with the biceps. So your head hangs perfectly in that window created by your arms. And then just notice if you're clenching through the jaw. If you are, just take 2 big breaths. Release any tension you're holding on to around the shoulders, the head and the neck. 1 more. Exhale. Look to the hands. Step your right foot forwards. Rest your back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Lift up. So I want you to reach a bit higher than you normally would. So exaggerate that lift up to the ceiling. Then take your right hand to your right hip. Reach your left arm over to the right side of the room. So that should be an intense stretch through the left side of the body, around the left hip. And then at the same time, you can maybe move a bit further forwards into the left thigh. You might find that your right fingertips can reach down to the floor, but don't worry if they seem quite a way off from the ground. Just keep your hand to the hip or use a block. 1 more breath. Exhale, reach the arms all the way back up. Come out of that a little, so don't drop so low. Bring yourself up and out. Take the arms to the side. And then twist now to the right side. So your left arm comes forwards, your right arm reaches to the back of your mat. Pull the navel in for support. Look to your right heel. And then reach your right fingertips down to the right heel. Reach your left arm up to the sky. So there's a back bend, but it's supportive. You're moving slow. Pull the waist in. Lift those left fingertips high. Careful as you come back out. Reach both arms up to the ceiling, look forwards. Exhale, take both hands down to the inside of your right foot. Straighten the left leg. So there's a length through that left thigh. I want you to slightly rock forwards and backwards. Open a little more through that left hip. And then you can rest the left knee down. Release the toes. Walk your hands back as you straighten that right leg. So you might be on fingertips, pushing that right heel down into the floor. So use the resistance of the mat. Your heel isn't going to slide anywhere, but you're going to try and pull that heel in towards you. At the same time, try and pull the waist in. So feel this kind of inward connection. Pull, strength, and soften across the shoulders. Relax the head. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And breath out. And now keep your hips where they are. So you're still trying to pull that right thigh, that right heel back. You're just going to bring your hands over the right thigh. So take them to the right side of your mat and feel the stretch become a bit more intense. Maybe into the outside of the right hip, but also into the left side of the body there. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Just pull those right toes back to your face. And then bring it back to center. Bring it forwards. Take your right knee back next to the left knee. So you're just on hands and knees. Come onto your knuckles. So punch down to the ground. You've got more height now, more length through the arms. Inhale, open the chest forwards. Exhale, chin in, round through the spine. Inhale, open the chest forwards. Exhale, round out through the spine. Release your hands back down to the floor. Tuck the toes, stretch back into downward facing. Pushing the heels away. Each time you come here, there's more length, more height. And whilst it becomes easier, you become not so worried about face planting. It kind of becomes stronger and more intense at the same time. So really pushing and gripping through the hands. And as you continue to practice and you build on the practice, you become more aware of where the body is in space, so you can make those small adjustments, maybe pulling the lower ribs in, maybe softening slightly in the shoulders so they're not squashing the side of the neck. Looking to the hands, step your left foot forwards, rest your right knee back down. Inhale, reach up to the sky, and then exaggerate that reach. So we're going even taller, trying to grow an inch or two. Take your left hand to the left hip, and then reach that right arm over to the left side, finding a big stretch through the outside of the right hip, the front of the right thigh, maybe moving forwards into that right hip as well. And then if you're close enough, the left fingertips can touch the floor or maybe a block. I do remember that when I first tried this, my fingertips were like way up here. So don't worry, it's the movement in your hips that's going to help. Reach back up, arms to the sky. Come out of that hip a little bit. So pull yourself back slightly, you're not as far forwards. Take the arms out wide. And then twist, so your right arm comes forwards and your left arm comes back. So we have this extension across the arms. Now look towards your right heel to the back of the mat and reach back with your left hand. Reach the right arm up to the sky. So it might just be fingertips. Got to lift up through those right fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Pull yourself back up. Reach the arms to the sky. And then exhale, take your hands down inside of the foot, inside of your left foot, and start to straighten that left leg. So you're pulling the left thigh back. Try to feel the stretch all the way down the back of the left thigh. Pull your toes back. And imagine if your mat could move, you're going to pull so much that you scoop up the mat between the left heel and the right knee. Breathe in, breathe out. So remember that inwards and upwards pull through the center of the body. And then bring both hands outside of your left thigh so that it becomes more intense, traveling into the ITB, the side of the left thigh. Open around the right hip and the right side of the waist. Take a breath in and out. And back to center. Just take your left knee back next to your right knee. Have a seat for a moment. Close the eyes, rest the hands onto the thighs. And just notice the space around the hips and the waist. Take a big inhale, draw your shoulders up to the ears. And an exhale, take them back and down. Take an inhale up to the ears. And an exhale back and down. Take the arms out wide, so reach your arms out as far as they'll go. And then take your right arm underneath your left arm and eagle wrap. So either grab your thumb or your hands. If that's too much altogether, hold on to the shoulders. Trying to hold that there. And then round into the upper back and push your forearms to the front of your mat. As you push your forearms, you're going to feel the backs of the shoulder blades. Try and stretch apart. Try and open. So there's even more space there between the back of the shoulders. And then you can round in. So now try and pull your elbows down towards your belly button. Even more stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out one. Breathe in. Breathe out two. Inhale. Exhale three. Rise back up. Take the arms out to the side. Big inhale breath. And then exhale breath, other side. So now your left elbow underneath your right elbow. Reach with thumb or fingers. And then push away as you round into the back. Might be a bit easier on this side now. We've already stretched the upper back. We've already opened it out. Pull the chin into the chest. And then maybe try and bring your elbows down in towards the body. Feel all that opening around the backs of the shoulders. And it might be quite like a neural stretch. It might be really tight, but just stick with it, breathe. And then let that go. Give the arms a shake. And I've really opened around the shoulders. So rise up to your knees. Take your knees a bit wider than hip width. So you're a bit more stable through the knees. And if you like, tuck the toes as well. So even more stability. Tuck your tailbone under, and I want your glutes to stay on. So they're supporting your lower back. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then twist over to the right side. Left arm forwards, right arm back. And then your right hand is going to come to the right heel and your left arm reaches up to the sky. Push your hips forwards. Reach those left fingertips high. So we get a back bend and an extension through that left shoulder. Bring it back to your twist. So still facing that right side. Inhale, look forwards, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, twist and open to the left. Keep the hips on, supporting the back. Look to your left ankle, left hand down. Right arm up to the sky. Push your hips forwards. Make it strong, squeeze through the glutes. Come back, but into that twist, remember. Then inhale forwards, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, take your hands down. Lift your hips straight up to the sky, lengthen through the back, through the backs of the legs. Ask yourself how that feels. How much space is there around the hips and the lower back? Breathe in. Breathe out, one. Breathe in. Breathe out, two. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet forwards. So bring them all the way in. And then I want you to bend the knees so that you're truly resting on the thighs. So there's no space between the belly and the thighs. You're able to fully rest and relax. Wrap your arms around the backs of the thighs. Hold opposite elbows and pull yourself into a really small ball. Tuck everything in. Chin in. Shoulders round and pulling you in. Hips lift high. And then let the arms go. Bend into the knees. Come into your chair. So squeeze the knees together. Reach the arms up and out. Pull the waist in. So you're trying to find space here from the belly to the thighs. We're trying to open this area and support the back at the same time. Bring your ears and your biceps in line. So probably bring your arms back a little. Feel the backs of the shoulders kick in and start to work. And then inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, take the arms down by the side. Interlace the hands behind the lower back. Keep your spine tall. Try not to jut your chest forwards or your hips back. Reach the hands behind you. Open the shoulders. So just try not to do this, but instead keep your spine tall. Keep your waist in. Stretch the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a big inhale. And then an exhale, close the eyes, just let the arms go. Down by the side. Let the arms be heavy. Push into the feet. Let the body just settle for a moment. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then bring your right knee into the chest. So blinky your eyes open. I'm going to turn this way. You're going to reach down and take your first two fingers, hook around your big toe. Find your gaze. So fix your gaze on something in front of you that's not moving or down to the floor. And slowly start to kick your right foot away. It doesn't matter wherever you get to. So if you stay here, that's fine. Think about lifting up through that left side. Maybe reach your left arm out to the side for more balance. Working on stretching through that right hamstring. Wherever you get to, whether the knee is bent or straight, see if you can take that right leg out to the side. So now we start to open into the hip a little. So even if it's bent and you're holding it there, there's loads of support through that left side. And there's a huge opening still through the inside of the right thigh. Slowly bring it back. But as you bring it back, I want you to bring it into a tree. So place that right foot inside of the left thigh. Hands into press. Still fixing the gaze. That hasn't changed. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then take them out to the side. Now just soften around the eyes. Soften around your jaw. Soften around the shoulders. Take an inhale. And an exhale, bring the hands into prayer. Place your right foot down next to the left foot. Rest your arms down by the side. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And then roll them back and around. Take 2 more shoulders up to the ears. Roll them back and down. Last one, bring them up. Take them back and down. Weight into the right leg. Bend your left knee. First 2 fingers hook around your left big toe. Find your balance. So fix your gaze. Reach your right arm out to the side. And just start to extend the leg to your limit, no one else's. Might be very different one side to the other side. And then take it out to the side with the knee bent or straight. Notice how much work there is to stabilize through that right side. So you're trying to create this really long line all the way up through the spine, and your leg is just out to the side, opening that left hip. Carefully transition into a tree. So bring that left foot in. Find somewhere it grips, it holds, and then bring your hands to prayer. Reach the arms up. Still focusing the gaze, arms out wide. Softening the shoulders. Noticing how much movement there is around the foot, the ankle, all that work, all the balance, the proprioception. The arms and the upper body is the easier bit. We're just trying to stay stable through that right leg. That's the foundation. That's the bit that matters. And then underpinning that, you've got your focus and the breath. Bring your hands into prayer, heart center. Place the left foot down to the floor. Close the eyes. Relax the arms down by the side. Bring the chin into the chest and roll the spine down. So curl the shoulders forwards, pull the waist in, roll down, reach towards the toes. When you get to the feet, bend the knees and take your first 2 fingers, hook around the big toes, pull your body down. So use your arm and shoulder strength, pull. As you're pulling, see if you can lift your hips. So you're pulling the upper body down, lengthening through the hamstrings, lifting around the hips, opening around the lower back, and then let that go. Now, if you can, without the hands, take a seat. Let your hips find the floor. Soles of the feet together. Hold on to the fronts of the ankles. Lift up, chest towards the sky. Exhale, take it forward. So reach your arms forwards. We're trying to move the knees outwards, body forwards, so we get a big twist around the outside of the hips. And stay there. Reaching forwards is option 1. Depends how you feel, what you want to do. You can walk both hands over to the right, so you get a nice stretch through the left side. And the same over to the left through the right side. Or if you like, you can rest one forearm down to the thigh. So I've taken my left forearm to the left thigh. Then you can take that right hand and kind of push the right hand down. The right thigh down, sorry. So you're distracting and opening that line. So kind of where, if you imagine where your bikini line is, we're just trying to open that space. So right into the crease of the inner thigh. So there's some distraction at the front of that joint. And then other side. We spend so long with our hips up and kind of closing down this area. It's nice to really stretch out, open. Okay, come back. Now take your right foot, bring it down your side so the right foot is pointing back behind you and your left foot is going to meet the right knee. So you have left shin kind of parallel, right foot out to the side. Take your right fingertips beyond the right foot, reach that left arm over, and you're going to find a side bend. So this is what's going to block us, this internal rotation of the right thigh. So that's what we're trying to work into, as well as finding space through the left rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Reach those left fingertips over. Exhale, 2. Big breath. And 3. Now rise all the way up to a seated position. Take that left hand down beyond the left hip. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Make sure your right toes are pointed back and lift the hips up. So push your hips forwards. We've not done this for a while, but I really like it as a hip stretch. Drive your hips forwards. Reach that right arm up and over. So there's an opening through your right shoulder as well. And then bring it down. And just switch. So take both legs out. You can give them a shake if you like in the middle. Bend your left knee and bring your right foot to meet the knee. So sit tall. That left hip's going to lift a little. That's normal. That's okay. Don't force it down. Take your left fingertips out to the side. Reach your right arm up, and then we're coming over. Your hips will vary. One side might give you a little bit more of a battle than the other side, but it's that left internal rotation we're finding, and the space between the rib cage, between the ribs on the right side. So opening those intercostal muscles. Good, as we become quite chesty at this time of year, like take COVID out of the equation. I've definitely noticed I'm like chesty and sniffly at the moment. So good to open out through the ribs. And make sure you can take nice big full deep breaths. Okay, rise back up. Take your right hand behind the right hip. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Push the hips forwards. Unlock through the front of the hips. So the stretch is across the body, down through the left thigh, maybe even to the left knee, depending how tight your hips are. You might feel that all the way down to the kneecap. And then slowly bring it back. Bring both knees into the chest. So just place both feet down, hug the knees in. Shuffle yourself forward so you've got room behind you, and then rock all the way back, and you can come into a ball shape. So pull the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. As we did at the start, just take your knees out, soles of the feet to the sky, reach for happy baby. And just notice the transition from the start of the practice to now. How is that around the hips, around the lower back? Is there more space? Is there more length through the spine? Maybe all you notice is that the breath is a little bit easier. That's okay, that's plenty to take away. Extend your legs, take the right leg out and take the left leg out. Turn the palms face up to the sky. Relax through the backs of the shoulders. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale all the way out. And just lie in stillness, keeping the eyes closed. Completely relaxed through the lower body, through the hips, supported by the mats around the lower back and the shoulders. Length down through the arms. And the softness into the palm of the hand. Overall feeling of calm, maybe of lightness. Just noticing the breath into the chest. And notice the chest fall. Just connecting to that simple movement in and out. And it's that focus that's held you in the practice this morning. So just know you can use that at any time. So on the mat or off the mat, when you become overwhelmed with thoughts or with distractions, you just simply connect to the breath. Take a few deep breaths and bring yourself back to the present moment. Start to wriggle your fingers. Start to wriggle your toes. You might then start to move the wrists and the ankles. Take a big full body stretch, arms overhead, reach them as far back as you can. Interlace your hands back behind you, push the heels of the hands away, point your toes, biggest, longest stretch, and then round your knees, bring them into the chest, create that small ball. And then rock that up to a seat with the eyes closed if you can. So you just finish as we started, sat tall. Shoulders back, spine long, sides of the waist nice and tall as well, so we're not rounding. We're not dropping into our seats, we're lifting out of it. Take your arms up to the sky, big inhale breath. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer, heart center. Just ask yourself how you feel physically. If there was any areas of tightness that you were trying to work on or focus on, how that feels now. Mentally, where you're at. Bow your chin into the chest. Just thank yourself for giving up some time to practice this morning. Thank you very much. Namaste. Well done, guys. Okay, so next Sunday, hopefully, I will be flying away. So I don't think I put this on the newsletter. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull Sunday morning's class forwards and do one on Saturday. So I'll do a 9:30 Saturday class. And then it'll be on the letter, but then I'll add a Pilates the week after, and then that makes up the things. Okay.
Thank you very much, Jessica.
You're very welcome, Martin. Have a lovely Sunday.
Thank you, darling. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Jess.
You're welcome, Bella. See you, Amanda.
Thanks, guys.
See you now. Bye, Victoria.
Jess,
Bye, guys.
sorry for being a bit late, but I just had like some.
Oh, it's all right.
And
Did
also,
I let you in?
Yeah, you did. I was for the whole time. We're in Shavasana, and she's like on my chest, but I can't complain. Yes, no, you did let me in. I just then muted myself and had my video off because I just needed to.
Oh, right.
But
It's just annoying because they've changed the rules now on Zoom, so you've got to have a waiting room, like, or I think you might be able to get around it if I give everyone a password.
okay,
but it just means like if I start on time,
yeah,
and I like happen to have my back turned or my eyes closed, because also if you don't click people in straight away, sometimes waiting room goes and I don't actually know how to find it.
Oh God, no, I don't.
So,
but
okay.
no, you did. I was in. So thank you very much. It was
Welcome.
much needed.
Have a fab Sunday, love.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day as well. And we'll speak soon.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Vanessa.